It's the holiday season. That means a lot of shopping for things that other people want that maybe you don't know much about. I know I find myself, and every time my wife asks for some kind of cooking thing, I'm like, okay, just send me a link, because I don't know what you're talking about. Well, that's that's the case for drones too. And there are a lot of ads for drones, and I see these and I just cringe over what people are selling and what they're claiming on these drones. So let me give you some advice on what to buy and what not to buy. Let's start with what not to buy. If you say this is a phenomenal, or if the ad says this is a phenomenal drone that does everything and cures cancer for only $99, don't buy it. It's not going to be good quality. It's not going to have a good camera. It's not going to have a really reliable connection with the controller and between the controller and the drone. So you're looking for the thing to do fly-offs and lose it. $99 will not get you a good outdoor camera drone. It just won't. Now, under $99, you can get some fun toy drones, and actually those are a really great way to learn how to fly because they don't have all the bells and whistles built into them, and so you really have to learn how to fly when you're using one of those. So as a training device to learn how to fly an actual drone, they're great. But they are not going to give you the cool photography that you see. They're not going to give you a flight range of a half mile out and, where you have a perfect connection to see what's going on. They're just not going to do it. So when you see ads on YouTube for this wonderful, amazing drone that somebody is selling for a super cheap price, or you see it on Yahoo's homepage, or you see it on a Target ad or a Walmart ad or something like that, I wouldn't buy any of those. I encourage you not to spend your money and invest your trust in any of those drones. Remember, we're talking about a small piece of equipment that is going to fly up in the air up to 400 feet high and however far out, 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet or more, there is potential for problems if the device doesn't function properly. You want something reliable. So be careful about the drones you purchase and stick with good brands that are reliable. What are good brands? DJI is a good brand. Autel, Hubsan. I think EXO Drones are good because they're basically just Hubsan drones. Those four are very good, reliable drones, producers, companies that make them. And so if you start with one of those, you're starting with a reliable product line in general, and then it's a matter of how much you want to spend for the features and capabilities that you want to have with your drone. So let's talk about drones that you should consider. For under $100, the only thing I could possibly recommend to you is a device called the Tello, Tello, and that's a DJI drone. This is an indoor drone. It's a tiny little thing. But if it's marketed through DJI, then it's going to be a pretty reliable little product. But it's a great little drone to learn on. It gets you used to the DJI interface also, and that's a good product. Now I have seen these on sale for $89, I think, at Nebraska Furniture Mart. They have them on the shelves at Nebraska Furniture Mart. So that's one place to look. You can search elsewhere. After that, for new drones, you're moving up into the 400 and up price range. for something trustworthy. The DJI Mini 2 is a small drone, but it is an outdoor drone, and it has a really good camera on it. It's got an excellent gimbal on it, so you will get those really beautiful shots out of that thing. As I say, it's a very small drone. It's under 250 grams, which means you don't have to register it with the government, as you have to do with all drones larger than that. So there's a lot of nice aspects to that. The downside to that is that it's a small drone, so it's not real strong, so it's more susceptible to problems with wind. You have to be much more cautious about where you're flying it and when you're flying it. Flying in 5 to 10 mile an hour winds and nothing stronger, because you can actually get to the point where the drone will not have enough power to, if it's flying into the wind, to fly back to you. It simply won't be able to make it. So that's the only thing you have to consider. The Mini 2 is on sale right now at DJI. They have a sale going on for $509, but that comes with extra batteries and a bag and stuff like that. At Costco, they have packages with the DJI Mini 2, and it's for $49, I believe. I'll put something on screen if that's not correct. They have a really good sale. That in that case, the Costco one, it comes with one extra battery and a bag. So not quite as much as the DJI package, but the DJI package costs more. So that's a really good little drone to get started with if you want something for outdoors and you want something that's really going to give you good quality image. In the $400 to $1,000 price range, there are several drones from a company named EXO. I've never flown an EXO, I've never seen an EXO, but I understand that they are basically just Hubsan drones that are repackaged and being sold in the United States. Anyway, those should be good, reliable drones. Hubsan is a respected name. And so EXO drones, you should, if you go to, I think it's exodrones.com, you can search it and check out. They have different capabilities for their drones, and maybe one of those is a good option for you. If you want to spend a little more, there is a drone from Autel, A-U-T-E-L, named the Nano Plus that is a really good little drone. It's on the par with the Mini, but I think it has better video capabilities, has some improved video settings and things that you can use to get better quality images. And that's I see it on sale for around $650 right now. So that but again, you're moving up in the price. If you want to go higher than that, the DJI Air 2S is a phenomenal drone, absolutely amazing drone. The DJI Air 2 is also a phenomenal drone. The Air 2 is less expensive than the Air 2S, but DJI isn't producing these anymore, I don't believe. So you might still find them on shelves though. So those are both great drones. The Evo Lite, the Autel Evo Lite Plus or Autel Evo Lite, those are both great drones. Now we're getting up in the $1,000 and above range for the drones. And then if you really want high end, look at the DJI Mavic 3 Classic. They came out with a drone called the Mavic 3 Pro, which was horribly overpriced. And a lot of that was because it had a second camera in it that you typically don't need. If you want to zoom in on something, just fly closer, So it was badly overpriced. But they came out with the Classic, which took out that unnecessary camera, and it dropped the price substantially. So that's another really good option. Now you're talking you're talking upwards of $1,700 for a drone. So this isn't your bargain basement things. Anyway, there's some ideas on things to get and what not to get. It does no good to buy a drone that's $100 because it's $100 and give it to them, and the motors burn out in 2 flights, or it flies away in the wind because the control isn't very good. Don't give something just because it's cheap. It's better to hold off and wait until you can give something that's a little bit better, that will give you a lot better performance and a lot better reliability, and so you're not throwing your money away. That's my opinion. I have other videos on screen, links to other videos on screen, so please check those out. If you want to learn more about drones, I've got tutorials and things like that. Click the cartoon Jeff on screen and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave your comments in the section below, and I will try to respond. Thanks a lot.